Welcome, ladies and gentlemen. Kama kawaida, this is Relate 360, relating with you every degree of your life, work, home, relationship, your parents, everything that regards to you, in regards to who you are. We will be relating with you in that capacity. About now to talk about one very serious issue. Lakini kabla nene mbali, ladies and gentlemen, so this is Relate 360. Keep commenting, follow us. Tuambie nini. What do you want us to talk about next time we are coming here? Because the essence of us having this communication is ensure we are opening up this a safe space, by the way. So if you don't have safe space pale nyumbani, talk to us hapa hivi at Relate 360 through the comment section. Tuambie, what is that disturbing you tuongele? It can be on a form of a question or anything else. But we tuongea na sisi tutakuwa tumejua. My name is Emmanuel Smile, babu wako nyumbani kama kawaida, niko ndani. Yes, wakubwa.
Yeah, welcome to Relate 360. I'm the amazing RPG.
And I'm Stella Mudoni.
Nice.
Thank you.
I know you want to say just start to, eh? That was the first thing.
Okay.
Just start to.
My name is Stella Mudoni. Yeah, we just had to.
Tuko hapa ndani kabisa, and ladies and gentlemen, sijui nianzie wapi, lakini kabla tuende mbali. It is in every African home for the mother to ask where the lady is, eh? The lady girl, the girl is. Atakwambia mtoto wangu mshana ameenda wapi? But it is very hard for the same person, the same parent, the same womb to ask where the man is. Sijasema kuna issue. It is very okay by the way. But, ladies and gentlemen, the topic we are having today is African parenting. How does, what is the impact of African parenting to our lives today? The African parent. What impact have they had in our lives today? As we speak, by the way, what is the impact they have had? Because kila kitu natuyangu unasikia, our parents have not done this well. Our parents, the parents sometimes don't even care. Our parents, that is why we hang ourselves at the end of the day. Our parents, that's why I don't have a job. My parents, that's why I don't have kids. My parents, that's why I'm not married. My parents, woo. But today I'm here on behalf of the parents to set them free. Parents, if you are a parent and you're watching,
maybe we are here to condemn them as well.
I am here to set you free. For me, I am here to set you free. Whatever they say, I'll back you up. You have done a good job. That is why they're here smiling. You have done a good job. Mtu asiwaambie kitu sawa. Kabisa. Let us talk. What comes into your mind when the very first thing you think of, like mama yako, babako, African parenting?
I believe African parenting is tough. African parents have molded their kids to be tough, in terms of values, in terms of who you are as a person, whether you're a girl child or boy child. Their traits of parenting zinakwanga tough. You get compared to, okay, I wouldn't compare, but let's compare with the Westerners, or wale watu wa majuu. African parenting wanakwanga tough with their traits, like wanataka mtoto ajue kujipikia by the time ako class 5, wanataka mtoto ajue sijui kwenda shule, kuvaa uniform, kufanya nini, all those things. I think their ways of parenting are usually tough.
It was like nijela.
Si ati nijela. But wanakufanya unajua vitu mwenyewe at an early stage, in that you're a little bit independent minded, which is so good. But at the same time, there are things, the toughness, the more you grow up, the toughness inabaki tu bado kwao. The more you grow up, there are points in life where you wish
they should loosen up,
you wish they can, your toughness inaweza pungua. But African parents, where's ambia African parent uko na mental health issues?
Parents, and what you ambie, I am here on your behalf, as I'm saying, you are doing a good job. Wasiwaambie, you are doing an amazing, you are making your kids tough, independent. Ona venye hizo qualities ni tamu. Tough, independent. Oh my gosh, hallelujah. It is nice.
Anakuuliza hiyo ni nini?
Uwezi mwambia ile unaanza kusema
una squeeze nyinyi shida kidogo
mental health. Kitabu kidogo.
Today mental health ni kwa mwenda wazimu.
Anakuuliza shida kidogo, hata unajua shida hujaishi. I think they're just tough in their parenting which is good because inakufanya unakuwa a little bit independent minded at a young age.
Amazing.
Yeah.
Stella. Yes. Ukaribia tu mic usiogope mic. It's there for you. So
I'm loud, so bado mtanisikia.
Uko sure?
Very sure.
You are sure you're loud? Unajua loud?
Sinajua loud.
Unaona venye naongea unajua loud? Anyway.
Loud ndo hii.
Okay, ni loud ndo what wewe.
So na competition and then we see who's louder.
Okay, so let me just to ask it's what is the very fast amesema strict and tough, the good qualities, and that is the African style of parenting. Immediately ukisikia ukili yako African parents, what shoots up?
I feel like our African parents, I'm sorry to say, let me start by apologizing. Where's my camera? I'm going to say a bit tough things, but yeah. So I feel like sometimes African parents do not come through like the way other parents come through. You know, there are things zenye our African parents wanna feel ni Western, but ni vitu zenye tuna essential in life. So sometimes we might want them to come through, but they don't, because probably they don't feel like that's something so, you know, like wako na hiyo tradition. For example, vitu kama you might want to create content, a certain content about things that are affecting the youth, for example, and we have certain topics that ukiongelelea, our African parents will start judging you, and so many things that I can say. But so I feel like sometimes African parents do not come through like the way we want them to come through. But as she said, it's so nice because that's what teaches us independence. Okay, it's not so nice until you come to realize it like teaches you to be independent. Some of these things you have to learn because without their support you still have to learn. So that is what comes to my mind the first thing I hear that.
African parenting, you're not coming through, do not come through. Bakini hapo.
There's something I want to add kwa hiyo nasema not coming through. For example, go and tell an African parent, mimi sasa nataka kuwa msanii, nataka kuimba.
Exactly.
Wow. Was useme unataka kuwa DJ.
Nataka kuwa DJ.
Your world is over. Like
umekata kutafuta career kama watu wengine.
You have to be a nurse, a doctor, you know.
So unashangaa. And then most African parents are emotionally detached. Not emotionally detached, but they lack showing emotions. You see the way you will see a Westerner hugging their dad or something, you know, telling their dad, I love you, and hugging them. African parents.
I love you. Where? Which home? Which home?
You rarely hear that. The hug. Like, when was the last time you hugged your dad? Like, it's not in our culture to hug our dads. And
you guys don't hug your dads?
Okay, girls do, but wanaume inakuanga weird. Mimi hata brother wangu ananiambia
una baba yako aje how na aje how unaanza aje atiwepo umefurahi ati baba
and they've instilled that in every generation. You see, they've instilled that in you.
Yes.
They've instilled that emotional detachment in every generation. You will instill that same thing to you.
Is it bad?
Generation.
Yeah, it's bad. We are supposed to show our emotions. You know, it's okay to hug your dad and tell them you love them while they're around. Kuliko.
And I also feel the word I love you should be like, it should be said
normal.
All the time.
You know, namaliza phone call with my brother,
you.
my sister, my dad, you know, namaliza phone call, bye, I love you. It's supposed to be normal. African parents, ukimaliza call mwambie mama I love you.
The first time I told
unasikia relative maybe umefanya class 8 after you're done, or you've done a national exam, and maybe you've achieved something and they're like, I'm proud of you and I love you because I'm proud of you. They rarely say that, and that is so wrong because that is what keeps us going.
African nakwambia wako tough, yani wanataka tu aifa hivyo
manze.
The first time I told my mom, nilikuwa nimetoka somewhere and nilikuwa nimetoka I think interview. Alafu I was happy because I had gotten it. Hapo hatukusumbuana. And then I went home and told my mom, hey man, nakupenda, I just love you. Do you know the thing? Aliniangalia, kuna shida? But I've said I love you. Like, I love you.
Ama anafikiri unataka kitu.
No, I said nakupenda. Like, aliniuliza mara mbili, uko sawa? And I was like, yeah, niko sawa mpaka nikarudia. Okay, basi nimesema nakupenda. Nikasema hadi kwa kijaka nikasema aheri. Unajua the next thing was, niambie kitu tunataka. Mambo za kuniambia unanipenda hapana, we are not going to. I'm just sumbuana. I was like,
And you don't notion most African parents are like it's just so hard for someone to tell their daughter or their son, I love you, or I love you too, and I'm proud of you. Wako tough, yani.
Just Juicy, I was going somewhere, and my mom, that was the first time my mom took me to the place. Okay, like alinipeleka kanilipia mat, and then tulifika, she was like, take care. I looked at her again, and she was with a friend, Nani Juicy. Yeah, she told me, you go and I'll have fun, and you take care. So like my mom doesn't tell me take care, so I was like, and I looked at her again, and I was like, take care. Nikamuliza umesema, nimesema take care. So as it was so weird because she doesn't tell me that.
But how did it make you
but
feel anyway?
It made me feel so nice.
Yeah, you feel so nice, but unajua inakuwa weird. But if they make it a normal thing, it will be better. It makes you feel better that you have a parent. Even though it's natural, your parents care about you, they love you, but that affirmation too that they are telling you, inakwanga a little bit better,
Okay, so let me just ask, why is there always a problem between the first lady in a home and the mother? Like them tu avurugani tu, kunaanga tu na what at some point. Why is it something
like firstborn daughter
and the mother? Ni kama wanapiga nyanga sijui ni cheo. I do not know, but they always, most times utakaa hivi ukire. I've seen my sister struggle with
amjakuwa nayo firstborn, second
mpaka ni kuna siku nimekaa, I was telling my friend, kwetu lazima kuange na war. Sister yangu anarudi hivi, war, it is a war zone, it's going to be war. Wewe nyumba vitu watasema, ni heri tu tutoke nje, si wengine ni watoto, all of us. Why is it an African thing, by the way, for the firstborn daughter especially? Now
I think it's an African thing. I think naturally
why is it
naturally a firstborn daughter is usually a first love to their dad. And it's natural this dad was in love with this lady before,
but the kid
and a daughter anakuanga first love to the dad naturally, like inakuanga natural. So when inakuanga, it's not a competition, it's a healthy competition ile mtu anakupenda kuniliko ama wewe unapenda kuniliko, inakuanga healthy competition, si ati ni ile kwangi ati wo inakuanga ile ama ukitaka kitu anakuambia si uambie baba yako, like inakuanga ile healthy competition ile, I know this person loves you because you're the first person who came kwa hii familia kama like mtoto wake, and it's like a daughter. You know how men relate with their daughters. So I think inakuanga tu ako kabif, na ni kabif ka healthy, si ati ni kitu
ya beef for intensive za zingine,
ni beef too healthy.
I think from my experience as a firstborn daughter, what really brought your argument with my mom, definitely, you feel like I'm grown, there are things that you should not stop me from doing, like you should just let me be freedom, because I'm the firstborn and I have siblings. You should be like taking care of those siblings and not me. You should just let me give me freedom. So I think that is what caused problems between my mom and I as a firstborn daughter, because I was feeling like she's so she's just not giving me my personal space. Yeah, so that I think that is,
and then they also want you to a little bit take their position in terms of house chores.
Yeah.
When you're being a firstborn daughter, position. Kama firstborn daughter na wachangi kukaa na wasijui siblings, sijui ujue wanakula nini, sijui nika like when umekuwa a mom, assistant mom in that house.
Like they want you to take responsibility, na you
taking responsibility of their position. Hiyo ni kazi yake. Lakini wewe ndo kama sasa mom, like wewe ndo unashughulika your siblings, what are they eating, what are they, watalala aje, you get. So I think tu ni hiyo, unafeel nika una take responsibility ya kazi. Hii ni kazi yako, si kazi yangu. How is this my job?
Okay, let me. You see, the reason as to why we're asking these questions, because I'm sure there is a lady outside there, mom, ama a guy in a family setup, and most of them they feel like madhe na sisi wanaonga tunaishu kila siku, and then some of them take very bad steps to deal with that. Some of them end up fighting their moms. Some of them end up, leaving the family. No, I'm not like, no, see, unajua tunasema kawaida, but we at an age where people
take it serious,
people, like wako like so much into hapana hafai kutupiga our rights. Madhe akimwambia tu be here by 4, ako like nyumba nani. You see, like and then we take it so alafu naanza kusikia mental health sijui me I'm depressed.
Mentally.
You see, unasikia mtu amepewa. I've seen a kid. I was living in a place where I saw kids. Naona kids venye wanatoka shule. Me growing up I knew hata nitoke shule my mother will never fetch water, never. Hata yosha vyombo, atapika tu ndio. And at the moment mshakula, because I was always the last person kutoka shule. Angeuliza, okay, so hizi vyombo mimi nioshe ama zitajiosha? And then alikuwa anatupenda kutumia mini punda in Kijaka. If you say mini punda, you know how it sounds fun. So alikuwa anajiita punda, anasema mini punda nitawaoshea tu. Inamaanisha anajaribu kumaanisha nitawapika vibaya kama mtoshi vitu, but nini ironically ama sarcastically anasema mimi ni punda, chini tu hapo taziosha, msishike
haki Africa
msishike. And I was like, mama siseme tu tuoshe,
wanapenda smooth thread yani.
I was like, sema tu tuoshe. Me the time I think I asked my mom, and I told my mom, if kuna mtu anaikula hapa ushibangi, kula tuone, mi bora nikurudi hapo nipate iko kula. Nimesema kula like
so like
nikule na nikule tena ukuje uipate hapo nikule nini. And I was like, is it something bad? But anyway, before we go even into that, what is that one thing you are proud of as a, in it what you're proud of as a growing under in an African home? You can always say, if not my mom, if not my dad, na ile njia walikuwa wameniforce, kuna vitu mimi singefanya ama ningemiss vibaya sana, ama ningekoroka, ningekuwa tu mtu bure kabisa. Is there one thing you can say and you can sit and say,
ni kunayo?
What is that?
Acha niwaambie.
What is that?
So my sister and I are like, tuko apart na like 1 year. So tulikuwa tu like the same. Niko class 8, niko class 8 7.
Oh, 5. Yeah.
So I remember when I was in class 8 akiwa 7 at that time. So we are starting, ndo tumeanza kuongea na boys nini. My sister alikuwa amekuwa mixed school, mimi nilikuwa boarding. So tukiwa home holiday at that time, our brothers were like, ni wadogo wako like class 5 hapo. Do you know, my mama akikutuma jioni kwa duka, unaenda kwa duka, so anajua like ukienda kwa duka kuna hao makina Jemo kina nani wenye mtaongelesha. She used to send us kwa duka, anatuma kwa duka, alafu after like 5 minutes anatuma brother wangu.
I know, I get you. Mimi sawa was that brother.
Anavalisha brother wangu.
Mimi was that brother. Yes.
What? Anavalisha brother wangu hudi, anamwambia nda uangalie kila kitu yenye ona. I'm like,
I know.
Okay, sasa nikikaa chini niko, ulikuwa unafanya nini? What was that? Brother wangu alikuwa anatuspy every time tunaenda nje.
I think I was that brother. I was a good one. I was that brother to my sister now.
Kwa nini?
Na tumwanga
Mfuate.
Hadi I knew mpaka kuna time nilikuwa in bintaji, I was like, akitoka toka. Yani ukai do that.
So we never used to know. Kuna siku so brother wangu amepeana report. Aki, sorry, I have to say my sister's story. Kuna siku sister yangu akakuja aka notice my sister was talking to some guy. Madhe alitoka tu kwa nyumba, brother wangu ashakuja mpeana information. Madhe alitoka tu kwa, tuliona sister yangu anavurutwa. So we used to have that like hiyo fear, because my mom ni mtu aki anaweza kuaibisha mbele ya watu, ata shout so with that fear ulikuwa unakaa like, even if a guy talks to you, cause ile za
is it worth your time, your parents time,
nipata hapa you know. So I think with that ilinifanya nikakuwa a bit, I knew when to talk to guys, and it was, if you have guy friends unawaleta home, like you know, they come home around our parents, so that was the situation. But ile ati sneaky huku nje ati sijui uko wapi, hiyo nonsense ungeweza fanya kwetu. Ungefanya hivi na unaona tu madhara anatokea mahali kwa mlango, ujui ametokea wapi. So with that ilinifanya nikakuwa a bit conserved when it comes to guys, cause zile za hata anaweza kuwa na kuongelesha tu hivi alafu atokea hapa kwa window.
I love that, but
so I appreciate those things. Zilikuwa zinaniboa at that time. I'm like, siwezi kuwa like other people, you know. But you know, the more you grow na appreciate, because zile za really kama hangefanya hivi, cause ilikuwa if I have a guy friends, imagine watu wanakuja home, walikuwa wanajulikana home, mnakuja hapo home, you know,
mbonge hapo.
So I appreciate those things cause najiambia if not for those situations singeweza you know, unajua ukiwa young, you adolescent, you sidhani kama ningeweza kujicontrol with guys, maybe things would have happened to me, you get. So I appreciate that mode of parenting even though it's crazy. Hiyo ni wenda wazimu, yani
anakuwa watchman
ulikuwa unakaa hivi hadi mnaweza enda mko ushago ni December anatokea tu mahali
they appear disappear.
Unashangaa nani amemwambia.
I love that, it's a good one.
I appreciate those things sahizi, but hiyo time alikuwa ananiboni kwa like sasa hizi ni nini, you know, nice. You can't even have guy friends huko nje like, so
that's a good one. Sasa shikileni hapo, appear and disappear please, appear and disappear, I'll also appear to mine. Sha and I think that would be good, eh? Okay, so maybe Yako, what is that one thing unasema man, say if this not happened ungekuwa kubaya leo?
What I appreciate so much about my parents is the fact that kuna time nilikuwa na feel like wananinyima pesa. So like there's a time I would want to meet my friends, to me arrange a meetup, and then I don't have money. And then I go to my parents, mom unaweza nisaidia fare, and they're like, no, kuna time watakupatia, kuna time watakupatia. So you will go, you're not sure kama watakupatia ama watakupatia. And that has really made me the woman I am today, because like it has really taught me independence. Yeah, like mimi hata sahi, like I can't, it's rare I ask a man for fare, you know, because I feel like my parents raised me so well, like wakunipatia everything, and that taught me to look for what I want. And there's a time ungetaka hata maybe nguo, they're like, miss kununuli, like okay, ungeona hiyo time ai mama ko ati nilikubaya nguo last month and then kubaya this month I can't buy again. So unge feel mom ni mchoyo maybe, or maybe mamangu hanipendi. But it really taught me, because ningefanya all my best, hata kama ninge save hiyo pesa unanipatia every morning for maybe breakfast or something, ninge save and then I make sure I buy that cloth, and that has really made me the woman. Okay, I'm not yet there, but at least
it teaches you independence.
Yes, exactly. And you don't rely on people for money, because you know this is how they've raised me. And the other day I was sharing with them, and I'm like, I was telling my mom, hiyo ndio kitu imenifanya like I feel so independent, like si lazima ni go to a man and I'm like, buy me this, you know, the way women are, you have to make my hair, you have to make my nails. Exactly, because parents wako wamekuzoesha, madam, shika pesa ya nywele, shika pesa ya nails. But those parents that do not give you watakufunza, you go, you have to look for it, hata kama si through a man. So I know they'll watch this. I love you for that. Yes.
Amazing.
Watashanga hiyo party I love you,
ulisema nini hapo, mbona uliongeza hiyo? Anyway, to their parents, good work by the way.
Parents are heroes.
Parents, I think for me Nakage Virginia, I think my mom has a very golden heart. My mom alikuwa blessed with a very big heart. She's not the firstborn in their home, but she picked up as the firstborn. Alikuwa na my mama angesaidia msee hadi msee amtusi in the name, unajua the neighborhoods we live in. Jisi kama watu wetu tungeona, ama tungeenda kwa huyu mama mwenye amesaidiwa, alafu they would pick so bad, and I was like, ai, kwani mothers tungize vitu ama ni nini juu si poa. But the time she will come home and she will tell us, if you have something, I think this, she will repeat it every time, if you have something, you help where you can to the relatives everywhere, but do not depend on them that they'll help you too, because most of the time they run away. Yeah. So when I got to school and after finishing, and I saw my friends were like, oh, me nimefall in depression because nimemfanyia na yanifanyia. I was like, my mom taught me they don't do to you how we do to them. I was like, kwani nyinyi wazazi wenyu walikuwa wajinga aje wangu wafundishe hizi vitu? Because for me, my mom had made it a notion. We knew you will help 1,000 plus, but
without expecting something in return.
Yeah, nobody will give back. So we, in our minds, at the back of my mind, I always knew apana, with the kind heart she has, and she never go ile kuchoka. Unajua unasaidia mtu aduchoke.
Yeah.
And for me, I was like, kwani huyu achoke juu amesaidia hao, and they go back home, speak bad, and then they come and they are kotusa. I'm like, God, give me that heart too. And I was like, please give me hope, because if I don't, it to a point I was like, it prepared me to the world we are living in today. Today you have somebody, tomorrow they do not want anything to do with you. Tomorrow they speak so many negative things about you, but alikuwa ananiambia you unajijua. That is one. If you know yourself, the things they say didn't matter. And to me, I picked that from my mom. I was like, where? The first time somebody did that to me, it hit me. Like, it did not hit me to depression. It hit me to recall what my mother was always doing.
Yeah.
And I was like, oh, so I just need to do what she was doing and be comfortable. And I sat down and I said, niumizeni, mufanye venye mnataka. I will still help you. At the end of the day, if I have the ability to help you, I will help you. And I leave it by that. But anyway,
actually, they usually say, your kids don't do what you tell them to do. They do what you do.
What you do at the end of the day.
Yeah.
Amazing.
You might tell them to do this and this
Ruka,
and that,
ruka.
but I want to learn chenye wewe unafanya. So whatever you're doing is what you're instilling in them.
Okay, now let me just ask. What is that one thing you people, we're talking about parenting, and I'm repeating again, ladies and gentlemen, if you're watching us, we're thinking about these things. They might look like simple stories, by the way, but I'm sure if you are living with your family still at home, there are things they are doing not to show you how they are will love to do life. Apana, they are preparing you for things you will do later in time. It's a big thing. Ama kuna kitu yenye parents wako wanakufanyia unaona ni kama kitu mbaya. Trust me, they're not doing anything so that it's bad. It might look so bad, so vague, but at the end of the day, they are protecting your interests at the end of the day. Because if they don't, there's the fear of every parent of what if my kid turns out to be a waste at the end of the day. You know, how taking somebody from the age of 1 maybe to 30, 1 to 80, 1 to 18, 1 to 24, 1 to 27, and then they become a waste is a hurt. Is a very bad feeling to the parent. So that's what they do anyway. But keep on commenting. Tell us, what has your parent done to you that unafilikia doing amazing? So I wanted to ask, what is that one thing in African parents mostly do unaonanga tu ina hapana, hii lazima tuwa change. Hii lazima tuwa change. It is not good. Why?
African parents, but I think that was back then, but still mpaka sahi. African parents wanakuanga na hii notion ya kukuchagulia chenye utasoma ama like tuseme umemaliza high school and they're like utaenda usomee hii na hii na hii na hii. Like najua ukisomea hii na hii. Me, I've personally speaking for myself, I've gone to school, done a whole degree that
didn't help you.
I don't think
we are sorry.
Yes. My whole life.
To your degree, post it somewhere and say, this is the degree I did. This is what I know how to do.
Yenye sidhani hata kama na ilikuwa vita, yani before even
accepted doing it.
Yani ilikuwa vita all the way from first year mpaka, yani ni vita tu lakini unaifanya, you get. That is something I feel
they should change.
I think after nilimaliza your degree and I clearly stated I am not going to use this degree, whether you put me at gunpoint or what, like I'm not going to use it. I think after that, sasa we had like a clear conversation sasa with my dad ile. Ulikuwa serious when ulikuwa unasema hii story utaki, like I thought it's a joke, you know. Like you really, I told him I meant it. Ungenisikiza 4-5 years ago, I meant it.
Ungekuwa na different degree.
Yes, sitaki kufanya hii course, but I appreciated, because being the firstborn, the fact that happened to me, my siblings wenye walinifuata nyuma wote
did their things of their choice.
Ilikuwa perfect for them. You know, walikuwa wanamwambia dad, mimi sifanyi hii. Na ako like, sita waste pesa yangu tena alafu mtu aniambia hapa. So ako like, unataka kufanya hii?
Fanya.
Utaki kufanya, utakuwa msanii? Fanya.
Msanii African parent.
Ako unataka kufanya hiyo. Alilearn na mimi being the example ako nili waste pesa yangu 4 years na mtu ananirudishia degree ananiambia he doesn't want to do it. So I think that is something yenye, and I'm just saying this because I know there are people who are still in that territory where their parents are being wana dictate chenye watafanya. I know there are people who are still in that state, and hiyo ni notion ya most African parents, and Aibambi hiyo kitu Aibambi. Acha mtoto wako afanye
African parents hatutaongelea sana. Let me see, what is that one thing you just want maybe from you experience African parents to at least just jamani.
I feel like my African parents should at least like she said, I wanted to emphasize because I feel like it's the major problem. Like they should just let us do what we want to do
and be supportive.
Exactly, and be supportive. Like I remember when I wanted to create content, when I told my parents, they were like, And I told my parents I want to do media, and they were like, no, you can't do media. You know, I did it because kichwa ngumu. That is how I got to do the course that I wanted. And it really hurts when you're in that position.
Because you're doing it na deep down una feel wani support, but unaifanya tu.
True.
And then
it's
the
not
feedback.
good.
Like, see the feedback. Majibu, African parents wanakupatianga. The responses, they are
Sarcastically.
rude. African parents are
Sasa hivi vitu
naturally
unafanya ndio like
and like bala kwambie tu usifanye atakwambia
mimi nakwambia
itakutraumatize for a week before you relax and atakubala kwambie tu
baada namuelewa tu hata mimi venye nilianza muziki.
It is funny anyway. I think
sasa hiyo nimefanya a whole degree, nimemaliza, nimeipeleka home na niko I want to do yani budangu aliniangalia tu zileza.
And I think the point
Are
you're
you
saying,
mad?
I think you see the point you're saying, as you're saying is a point, Masema. I think for me, the side of my father and mother that was very rude and sarcastic, ilifanya nikakuwa very wise. I know how to read between the lines. Kuna vitu somebody you don't need to tell me.
Yeah.
My parents they have taught me something. They say the opposite of what they want me to do. So
no, but
by the time unakuja
thing.
kuniambia ati this what I love doing, this is me, I'm telling you, you're wasting your time. I already know the things you want to say. So just let us just kill the conversation. It's not going anywhere. So I think what wengi wana like, I know it's bad but mimi for me it was not bad because I was a very silent kid. No rebuttal, no nothing.
But the thing is, Emmanuel, let's compare. The thing is, people are not the same.
Yeah, true. Yeah.
This is what I would say. If I come to you as a parent, most of the time when you're kids, you look at your parents as gods. You look at them as this is someone they can give me a way forward. One is an nipea direction. You get. So if I wake up and I go tell my parent, so mom, dad, this is what I would like to do. We have parents who are like, wezi fanya hiyo you get. So when a parent instills that kind of notion in your mind, unajua ni mtu mwenye unamwaminia, it kind of makes you feel like I am sina uwezo, siwezi manage kufanya hii, ama umeenda umwambia mzazi mimi nataka kufanya media, kuambia like unajua kwa akili yako utakao ukifikiria ama I'm not sina hiyo akili, and this is coming from your parent. You get. So there are some of the things that African parents
should at least
communicate to their kids without knowing they are creating a negative impact in their minds, and it is building who they are as a person. You get.
True.
So compared to other people, there are other parents in the Westerners, or even Maju or something, unapata mtoto anaenda kwa mzazi wake anamwambia I want to do this and this and this and that. Maybe deep down the parent knows mtoto wangu hawezi fanya kitu, but how they'll respond to it matters.
Different.
You get.
Yeah.
They will tell them, how about you think about it first? Are you sure this is what you want to do? Or maybe I'll recommend, how about you try doing this and this and that? Or how about, you've always loved doing this when you're a kid. How about you try doing this and this? Oje inapatia mtoto akili like, maybe I can do this. By the way, I can do this, But how you've not told them a no instantly, like, but African parents kind of give you ile notion.
They give you a shocking surprise kwanza, ile sura tu.
Anakufanya una feel kwani mimi sifanya hiki.
Ni sura tu.
Tumesema nini? Unataka kufanya nini?
Umeona nakifanya kafaulu.
Ama
wewe ni nani?
Ama unaenda unaambia mzazi.
So I think maybe as we get
anaweza tu fikirie like wewe uwezi.
Maybe as we get to the end, we were just talking about African parenting, to how fun it is, the challenge, what they do that speaks to us, what they don't do that saa zingine tu inaonga to very bad. So there's a story, nilikuwa nimecut short. There's a story of a kid who recently pale tu tuna stay. So the kid comes back from school, alafu mamake anamwambia sunichote maji. And then she comes back, and then the mother tells her, endo nunue mboga. Si ati ni mbali, ni hapo tu chini. Endo nunue mboga. Alafu mamake amekaa, alafu the mother is seated, alafu mamake anarudi akishanunua mboga. Anamwambia, endea mafuta sikuwa nimekutuma, nilikuwa nimesahau. Alafu anarudi the second time, and then anamwambia fanya kiberiti imeisha. Endea.
Najaribu uongee vibaya.
Na uongee. Unajua lakini unapigana na wewe mwenyewe, you are fighting haki. The battle you are fighting ili uende tu is very big. Alafu anarudi and then anarudi anakaa tu hivi kidogo, mamake TV hii ni TV yako, si ndio? Alafu anamtuma.
Anakwambia ufanyangi kazi, uko tu kwa TV.
Uko tu kwa TV. Na ametoka kutuma hapo hivyo
10 times.
Alafu anakwambia sasa, then anamwambia sasa ile mboga enda unioshe. The kid started shouting. I think it got to yani iliingia ndani sasa kuona
unaboekanga.
Hapana, it is coming to an extent unanitumia baya. The kid alisoma, you see, kids are taught human rights, and that's it, tulifundisha human rights. Akaanza kusema human rights hapo ndani. It was fun at the moment because tusikia mtu like kusema human rights kwao, it's ideologically yaikai viti. So the kids are shouting human rights, my human rights, I know my rights, I know my key, what you misusing me. I'm like mtu yako saa. So to me I was laughing because it's fun.
Hiyo ni last born wetu.
I'm like, Ati, I know my rights. This is child abuse. You are abusing me. You are giving me a lot of work. I don't have time to read. Nakipota imekuread anaenda TikTok. You don't give me time to read on nini. Like, if you had said that during my time, the slap would have served you. The slap my mom would have given to you would have made you think logically well. Bago kuja ukasema nipe kazi nyingine. Utaki maneno juu slap ungepewa, ungefungua akili zako zote mpaka za ukubwa. Ndo by the time you're thinking huko. I give up. And the kids are so a neighbor came, at least mzee kiasi, to bring peace. Akuja kwa mtoto. Nini mbaya? The kid continued ranting. Mama wangu amenituma nakuja hivi hata nitume kila kitu mara moja. Ananituma nimepanda stairs, nimpanda stairs. And then tena baada nataka kunituma tena nimekaa hivi, ananiambia nipike, sijafanya hata homework. And then so I think, and then the father continued nini. So and then to a point there were two things that were coming out. The way our parents used to, teach us, the kids of 90s and nini were very different than the kids of 2000s and like they're very different.
Yeah,
people.
very different.
We were in 2004, 2005. Ukimwambia hivyo sahi, because I know sahi wako.
I know like,
my rights.
Child abuse.
My rights. But anyway, that was just a story. Anyway, ladies and gentlemen, maybe just that one parting shot, about African parenting. Sasa, about African parenting, you will do also to your kids. You're feeling like, I was that my parents ensured they did this to me and it helped me, ama maybe in any way to anything ile unaduma yanga unasema tu hapana, this lazima hata mimi nitafanya nikiwa mzazi. Hapo ndo tuko. And then you share with us where we can find you on your social media platforms, vitu kama hivyo. Watu watafuta, unajua nyinyi warembo by the way, so mtatafutwa. Mimi niko tu niko tu. Anyway, yeah, tell us, what is that one thing that you share your show, parting shots?
First of all, like I said, if I was an African parent, I will do that to my child. Like, I'll teach them to be independent, like the way my parents taught me. And also, there's this thing that my parents taught me that I think has really helped me, savings. We don't talk about savings in African homes. Like, it's rare your parents teaching you how to save, and they tell you the importance of, you as a woman or as a child or as anyone or someone in the university, you have to have pesa zako kidogo zenye zitakusaidia in case you want to start a business. Exactly. In case I want to start a business and I don't have capital, or I want someone to support me, what do I have first that someone can add to, So savings has really been a lesson that my parents have really been struggling to teach me, but it has really come to happen. And when I become a mom, I'll teach my children that, and of course to be independent. And also something that, like, Africa could not be Africa without our African moms. As much as we complain, and I see all over social media people imitating our African moms, but the answers they give us, exactly. But we are because they are, if they were not there, we could not be there. And look at us now. We are growing, we are glowing, it's all because it's all their effort, and they have really made us. And that is a thumbs up on their side. As much as we complain a lot, but they do a great work. And that is amazing. Something that I will tell them.
Your social media platforms kabla twende wa
my social media platforms.
Pali ungetaka watu kusupport kitu kama hiyo.
Travel with Muthoni all over social media.
So Travel with Muthoni, go there, please do subscribe, do share, do share. Nitakuuliza swali lingine watu wanataka kujua kabla twende mbali. Yes.
I think personally for me, that one thing that I'll appreciate my parents and I'll also instill in my kids is mi nikiwa mtoto, my parents never used to give me everything that I ask for.
Point.
You get?
Tulia, rudia.
When I was a kid, my parents never used to give me everything that I asked for. My dad used to tell me everything doesn't go the way you
doesn't
want.
come that way, yeah.
Like the world does not revolve around you.
Si kila time ukitaka kitu unapewa. And it has taught me even in life, like, you don't always get what you want. You get what you need, and chenye God anafeel una need na chenye una deserve. You get. So it has taught me to not have so much expectation in every situation, in jobs, in friendships, in just generally in life. You get.
Exactly.
And I would love to instill that in my kids, in that not every time you want a toy, you want something, you get it. Because life iko hivyo generally.
You struggle for what you want.
Yeah. You don't just get it.
Yeah.
Haupati tu vitu. And then something else that I would love to do different is being emotionally detached. I would love to show my kids it's okay to be emotionally vulnerable. It's okay to talk to me about something. It's okay to something that it's different to the African parents. I would love to be emotionally vulnerable even with my kids and talk to them about stuff. Make them feel like they can talk to me about anything. We see so many tragic incidences on social media where mtoi sijui aliuliwa wapi, sijui teenager wa campus, sijui sayo mzazi wake hata ako shocked. Alikuwa anafanya hivi, you get, you have a kid but
you don't know them.
You get. That is something I would love to do different, in that I want you to, ukiwai kuwa mahali na una feel kuna issue, feel like I'm a safe space to you.
Amazing.
You can talk to me and tell me something.
So yeah,
apart from that, our African parents are doing an amazing job. And ndo roots zetu, and I would also love to instill my kids with the African roots. Unajua African parents wetu, as much as hata mkue mmelelewa Nairobi aje, wako traditional and they've instilled the African roots in us, which is amazing.
Social media platforms.
On social media, you can find me at Afigi. Afigi is AFIGY. That is on Instagram, everywhere.
Okay, so acha nirudi kwa Stella. Walikuwa wanauliza, are you single? Many people asking. Are you single?
Are you asking for yourself?
No, not me. I'm not
for someone else?
I'm asking for the many who are asking. Wanauliza, are you single?
Allah.
Aya wajibu
ana blush.
Like, do I really have to answer?
Yeah,
Yes,
you have
please.
to answer.
Watu wanauliza ni wengi.
Wakiuliza pale social media naweza wajibu.
No, wajibu.
Hata director anauliza.
Director anauliza. Ana shout.
I'm not single. I'm in a serious relationship.
I insist for you serious.
Yes.
So I hope men and ladies, you are comfortable, okay?
At the end, ladies.
Aya, sawa. So, huko ni kubaya siku hizi. So, ladies and gentlemen, that has been Relate 360. Kumbuka, this is what I want to say. Our African parents are those people who loved us. Kama kuna an example of tough love, are your African parents. How do you call your mom, by the way? Just in talking to her.
Mom too.
Mom, how do you call your mom?
Mom.
Okay, so mine is different. Nyaimbo, from wherever you are, I salute you, by the way. You're one of those special people I hold dearly to my heart. I don't call my mom. I don't know why it went like. Niliona nafanya na copy. I mean, for the reason, I'm just saying the reason before I close. I saw, he went to mama. Originality. Nyaish.
We're sorry. We are
I
sorry.
love you. So so that is it's one thing I think we should take control of, and as much as we want to change what they didn't do well, especially things to do with emotional attachment, let us not forget the things they do superbly well that made us. Those are the things we should be celebrating every single day. Celebrate your parents today, tomorrow, and forever, so that the moment anakaa chini pale, their source of joy is just the what you tell them every day, how you are doing and how you're doing, because they have been part of your journey. I know that kuna zile support sana because it's not their thing. Do not blame them for that. My parents don't even know I do music, by the way. But
do not blame them for that.
No,
kama waja support.
No, true. I'm saying kuna zile vitu they're not their things. But in as much, mean to say your parents support you at the background with their prayers. So keep on, keep on having them
Keep
there.
on keeping on.
Keep on moving on. And
But you know
and
one
they'll
thing, Atangobe,
appreciate you.
before you close,
Na close that.
there's one thing we are kind of preaching here, which is a little bit wrong.
Which one?
You know, not all parents are always right. Unajua kuna wale watu wenye mzazi wao
A
amemshikilia.
bad.
Amemshikilia kwa
I know.
njia yenye ifai hivyo, So, if we keep telling people like mzazi wako chenye amesema ndo hivyo. Sometimes if you feel
It's not the
you're
right
leading to
thing,
the wrong
please
direction
talk,
with
yeah.
a parent who is a bit toxic, stand up for yourself and
And I feel, just to conclude, I feel like if you feel that your parents are doing things that are negative, of course, growing up, our parents never, they did good things, but they also did bad things. But what are you doing with those bad things? You can do, you can turn them to positivity. Like you see, she's saying, I don't do this because it might do because of this. Like you just try and turn it to positivity. You know, when you turn it,
blaming it on them.
exactly.
Like stand up for yourself and decide kujifanyia vitu sasa zenye zitaku impact in a good way.
Yes.
Safi sana. Na Waswahili wanasema hivi, tamu ikizidi tamu si tamu tena. So that is why I want to conclude. Kumbuka, this has been Relate 360, one of your best shows. Nataka kindly follow us, tuambie hapo, what will you want us to do better? What will you want us to change? Who do you want us to remove in this panel? Who do you want us to add? Who do you want us to keep? Tell us. Hata kama ni mimi nitatoka. I will humbly sit.
Wanataka girl child.
If you want girl child, no problem. So anyway, ladies and gentlemen, kumbuka, this has been Relate 360. We close it at that. Remember, I have seen all your comments and all the tweets you have been sending. But remember, we'll also keep on following up on them. So tuambie bonga na sisi tupatane. Till next time, my name is Emmanuel Smile and this has been Relate 360.